Hey everybody, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're talking Six on History, Episode 4, Seesaw. On tonight's episode, Bear opens up, Michael has a vision, and Marissa be creeping. Stick around, we're talking about it.
Into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh man.
This is my jam. This is my jam.
This music sounds like it be creeping, Marissa.
I just thought about this because, you know, Nadine was here last week.
Right.
And we talked about the smoking pot.
Got it.
And someone needs to tell her daughter that they got 5 on it.
And all I'm seeing is like Marissa behind like a tree, like creeping right now. Or maybe it's Buddha and Jackie and they're trying to see if Annabelle's smoking pot. Anyways.
Hi guys.
Hey everybody, welcome.
Here.
Welcome to AFTERBUZZ. Episode 4 of 6 Seesaw. We're going to talk all about it right now.
Yes.
But let me introduce myself. My name is Daniel Lindgren.
Hola, your favorite Afro-Latina here, Franceli Chapman.
Wow. Now, let me just say this. You all want to stick around to the end of this episode because we have a special announcement about a special guest that's going to be joining us.
Excited. And if you didn't see our after show from Monday night, because you know our schedule's been a little crazy, go on AFTERBUZZ TV Dramas, YouTube, subscribe, like, share, comment. But we had Nadine Velasquez here.
She was here.
And so, you know, you should watch
she was great. That was so much fun.
So much fun.
We were joking around,
fun.
having a blast, good conversations,
Yeah, great
good
conversation.
people. It was nice.
Yeah. So what did you think about tonight's episode, Dan?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Didn't you?
Is that what we talk about? We talk about the episodes?
I read your mind.
At first, I was like, am I going to like this episode? And by the end, I was like, oh my God, I like this episode. I take my notes like I do every week. And there was just so many things happening. And I was like, how am I going to organize this? How am I going to... But I realized... At the end of every episode, it all works itself out so perfectly, and I'm able to like come up with all our talking points and everything like that.
Connect all the dots.
I mean, let me get your over thoughts first, and then my main thing I want to talk about is...
You see how he does that? I asked him what he thought about his overall, and then he's like, no, you, what did you think?
All right, fine, here we go. Bear and Lena this was the craziest, what I thought was the best relationship
so overall,
thing.
you loved that.
I loved it so much because it's going to my prediction, which is they're not going to make it.
Anyway, we're going to go back to me.
Fine, there you go.
Because, you know, Dan's just being...
Negative?
Negative Nancy over here.
That's my mother's name, not mine.
My overall thoughts of the episode was just super compelling. Again, great writing. Time and time again in season 2, it's just showing how strong the show is and how they keep showing us that we don't always have to be on the field and at war to be drawn into this story. I'm so excited that we're back on schedule and I was able to live tweet with the cast tonight.
That's
it was
good.
Epic and exciting. I got so much stuff. So yeah, stick around throughout the show. I'm going to tell you some of my favorite tweets and things that we were going. And Bear was texting me. Well, not texting me. I wish, Lord. Bear was tweeting me.
It's, you know what, tweeting nowadays in 2018, it's like texting.
Like texting.
So there you go. You can say that. Oh, I know.
He had my back during, you know, some of my tweet things with folks out there. So, but overall, it was just such a great episode. It was so difficult to stay like in the tweet world because I was so focused on what was happening on the screen. So overall, amazing episode.
You know, don't be jealous, but you know, Dominic was texting with me a couple days ago about things.
That's cute.
So,
that's
you know,
fine.
Just saying.
Okay.
And he told me that Rip is definitely dead.
I
via
saw
Twitter.
that. I saw that.
He said, Dan, stop.
You guys need to let it go.
Let it
go. He's dead.
And I told him I was dealing with it. You know, it's a personal situation.
We're mourning over here.
We are.
It's serious. But yes, I was so happy that, you know, Barry Sloane was tweeting me today.
Bear and Lena's relationship is on the brink of disaster. I'm saying it right here, right now.
Okay, Dan.
Topic 1.
Okay, so Dan and
the last thing that she says to him. The last thing. Do you remember what she said to him? The last thing she says.
What, in this episode?
In this episode. It's always about you.
Okay.
It's always about you. Now, if since they're broken up, right, and they say they do work all this stuff out, what I say a couple weeks ago, these same issues are gonna come back up. This relationship is over. Selly, thoughts?
Oh my goodness,
I know,
Dan.
I'm fired up about this.
Tonight, you are on something. Stop joking.
Lack of sleep.
Right. Insomnia. But no, this is my thing, you know. overall, and we were talking about this on Twitter tonight, overall, incredible acting from Barry Sloane
So good
and Brienne
in this
Davis.
episode, yes.
Kudos to you guys. I love you guys. I can't wait for Brienne to come on. She's coming for the season finale,
She
so
is.
I'm so excited about that. And to really talk to her about her emotional prep as an actor, I really want to know, to get into these really, really emotional scenes. And let me tell you something. I want to give a special shout out to TV Series Hub,
Yes.
aka Kelsey on Twitter. She loves our show and she watches us, but she also does reviews online. And
Nice.
she interviewed Jalen, so we were
Right.
live tweeting, and she said a lot of compelling things on Twitter. And one of the things that I really loved most, specifically with this relationship, is a lot of people were saying, Brienne, give him a break. Like, I was like, okay, I get it, but this is the thing.
Okay.
He's not a cut, especially men in the military. Part of their training and their process is to shut down and to turn off emotion, because you can't go into war with emotion. Although we're human and it happens, but
Right.
part of it is to try to get to a place where you don't connect. So then what happens is you come home, and how do you deprogram the program to connect
Yeah.
to your loved
Yeah.
ones? So she feels unloved, and there's all these things she's going through because she doesn't feel connected to her husband when he's fighting for his marriage by connecting, trying to open up.
Right.
She is just coming at him, and I'm sorry, but like, you need to meet him halfway here. And
Good.
And I'm really glad that Bear stood up for himself, and he's like, man, just give me a break.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. My next question was, are you team Bear or team...
There's not a right or wrong. And
Agreed.
I think that that's where relationships go wrong, that they try to point fingers and be like, I'm right, you're wrong. It's not about that. Both people are hurting. And Brienne did tweet a great thing, hurt people. And I get that. But that's what I mean by meeting halfway. Have some compassion. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. That's what Bear was doing in this moment. He's like, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to put myself in your shoes. When
Yeah.
she hit him at dinner with a, now you know how it feels.
Yeah, that was the first one.
I don't know what's going on in your mind.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let me give you some of this mind, although it's dark and twisted, and I don't know if you're going to be able to handle what's in here.
When she says that, now you know how I feel, does that prove that she literally like gave Elise the phone to say, hey, pick this up and make it sound like I'm out right now so he knows how I feel all the time? Like,
I mean, didn't Nadine and I say women plot?
So what we're saying is she's not even seeing anybody else, because I saw in the preview for next week he pushes some guy telling him to back off his woman. So I still don't know.
She might,
but that's what I'm wondering.
She might or she might not be seeing other people, but that's not what this is about. This is about, to a certain degree, she's trying to give Bear a taste of his own medicine.
But this is why this relationship is not going to work out. It's going to keep coming back to this.
It's so
And
negative.
this is the first time we've ever seen Bear talk about any of the stuff that he does on the field, off the field, to her. And she pushes it away.
Well, I do want to say one of my favorite tweets, specifically about these moments was someone tweeted Bear at Barry Sloane, representing the challenge many veterans face opening up is actually a huge topic that needs addressing. So Six on History is doing that every week the right way. So, and I agree. Like,
they bring up some amazing
really,
points
really
of
good
real life situations that happen, and they're putting it onto this TV show.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
Yeah. Gina, Michael, the Prince, this three-way storyline that we have is really, really interesting.
Intense.
And it is intense. And the first thing that gets brought up is that Michael, back in 2014, has some type of drug problem, or he's on drugs or anything like that. And go on.
I was going to say, what's crazy?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I tweeted. I said, Dominic, drug addict, you have some explaining to do.
Right.
And, Barry had my back. He was like, do you remember in season 1 that he had to, put in a sample of something? So
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm going to, guys out there who are Sixer fans as well as us, please let me know what they're referring to in season 1 that Dominic had. Well, not Dominic.
I'm not
Michael
sure if it was
Nazary.
I don't know if they made a big deal out of it in season 1, but if they didn't and they made it like a side thing, that's a really smart move by the writers to now you're bringing it back up in season 2 as if this was, because they didn't know season 2 was going to be made. But the fact that they're bringing back all these little minuscule
nuggets,
plot lines, like Easter eggs, and putting them back into season 2.
Yeah, because I was
Shout out to the writers.
I was like, drug addict, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it threw me for a loop tonight. So I'm gonna have to go back into the history archives.
But that like seemed to be like the turning point in his life.
Yeah.
And then, the prince is gonna kill him, and he's like, no, but I got this vision. And Michael, to his credit, smooth talks this guy, and then the prince is taking all of his advice and he's sermoning out to all these other people. Michael, what a guy! This is insane.
Well, here's the thing: Mutaki spoke him up, and he
talked him up.
He I think really kind of came through to what that's how it is. If I walk into a room and I'm like, Dan's this funny guy, he's great,
stop with the lies.
And then you walk into the room and you live to what was told about you, and that's what's happening here. He is really intelligent.
Yeah.
He is really charismatic. Like everything that Mutaki said is true, but the thing is with the prince is that he has a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't trust Americans, period. He's been betrayed by them.
Oh my God, yeah.
And so it didn't matter who walked into the room. It could have been Michael, it could have been Bob, it could have been John. He wouldn't have trusted them regardless.
Is the prince telling the truth when he says that the CIA killed his wife and son and then threw their bodies and then they put him in with their bodies? Is that
it
true?
wasn't the CIA. This is okay. I'm gonna bring it full circle.
Bring it full circle.
So what he's saying is the CIA betrayed him.
Right.
He's talking about Gina.
I had that down. Yeah.
The whole situation with Gina. Remember, he was trying to get his family to America because it said the Serbs will kill my family. So when that whole op went bad, and Gina thought the prince was lying, she left him out to dry. The Serbs came for his family,
and
the Serbs killed them and threw him in the pit.
Right.
And that story, y'all, for a second, I thought he was going to get biblical because, in the Christian Bible, it talks about, him getting thrown in the pit and coming out of the pit. And I was just like, whoa, this is so intense. Here's this man who literally clawed his way out of a pit with dead bodies. I'm like, this dude is a badass.
I know.
What?
You're wondering, like...
He's scary.
Right, but like, was he always this bad? Like it's like, we say that Gina's going for her revenge.
He's going for his.
That's what I mean.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like he put his trust into the government, into these people, thinking that, and again, which is why he was able to take Michael's rhetoric and speak with so much passion behind it, because he can relate to that.
Was Gina bluffing that whole time about sending Michael to Egypt?
I think so.
I think so too. The whole time I'm watching, I'm like, she's not really going to do this.
No.
And then at the end, I love when he's like, you weren't really going to send me, were you? I was like, oh man, Mike. I love their relationship.
They broke him, and I predicted it. Michael and Gina are gonna get together.
Okay, hold on. No.
I said that last week or Monday.
In the preview for next week's episode, he's yelling out that he can't be broken, though. Did you remember that?
I saw that.
And then what was that little line about him saying to her, "Make it like you want me right now"? Like, you don't remember that in the preview for next week? Act like you want me. Act like you like me. I thought as well. So I was like, so. She's right. They are going to get together, maybe.
I don't know. No? I didn't catch that.
Okay. Well, either way, maybe your prediction's right, and they will get together, because it's not going to be Bear. He's got this Lena situation. He's going to be dealing with that until the end of this season for show.
Oh my goodness.
And they're going to be broken up. Next topic. You hate it. You want them to work out so bad, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know what I want, but that's what I think is going to happen. But I do have an announcement for my AfterBuzzers out there.
All right.
Here at the network, we produce a whole bunch of after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows. We have drama, we have reality, we have sci-fi. I mean, all you can think about. There's no network that works harder to serve television fans than us right here at AfterBuzz TV. But now we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to, one of our YouTube channels. You're already subscribed right here, or hopefully if you're not, you better get on it.
She's so mad.
Right here on the Six, you're subscribed to AfterBuzz TV Dramas. And under TV Dramas, there's a whole bunch of other great shows that you can tune into, like Queen Sugar, which I'm on as well. Or you can, 13 Reasons Why. I mean, there's a lot of great drama shows.
Name a show, you can subscribe to it.
And I bet you Handmaid's Tale, like all those shows are right here. So
Hulu, baby.
if you subscribe to AfterBuzz TV Dramas, it's going to cater to the specific content that you already like. So it's going to help, bring the shows directly to you that you really love. So you don't have to go looking for them. It's like all right there for you. It's great. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and help discover what you really like. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So it's easy. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you share, you comment, and we talk right back to you guys. So
Sally, you are so good at putting sentences together. I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
I try.
I try to put one together at a time. You just bam. Like,
I do
look
have
at
a
you.
bachelor's degree in communications.
I do too. And yet you talk so much more.
My thousands of dollars went
better than me.
They went to use. I'm like, look, I'm still paying back that lady that keeps calling my phone talking about where's my money.
Is that what they do to you now? I changed mine. I moved 3,000 miles away, so they can't find me. They have no idea where I am. I want to get into the Marissa. I want to get into the Annabelle situation with her parents, and then into the Marissa situation that is kind of happening because of all this.
Okay.
The episode starts with, we have a scene at the house, and Buddha and Jackie are talking if their daughter's smoking marijuana, and that's the big start of this whole thing. And Annabelle does not have any of this. She knows she's caught, and yet she's still going to deny. And Buddha saw it happen. He never told Jackie, by the way.
No, of course not. I mean, it's so
we
funny.
didn't know if he did.
I'm like, look, Jackie is going to a whole other level. I kind of wish Nadine was here again tonight, because I'm like, look, you're over here snooping through your daughter's phone.
Well, she's tracking her now.
And she's tracking her.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, she's super paranoid. I mean, she changed the locks to the door. I mean, she is going rogue here.
All the characters this season are becoming even more of what's called a round character in the theater.
Yeah.
And hers is just exploding with so many things. I mean, you see her at the shooting range at the end, and she's going up, and then the guy's like, close your eyes and try it again. I mean, she's like training in a way, and it's next level
It's
stuff.
next level. I'm really excited. I love seeing women kind of be badasses and kind of, again, take control of their own lives. I mean, she might be going a little overboard and super protective, but she's a mom.
But that's what the writers are going for there. They want her character to go like to that next side of her. But they are they're writing a really nice role for her.
Yeah.
This season.
I love it.
And I'm not sure. Her intuition is 100% right so far.
Yeah.
Because,
but we talked about that when she was here.
Yeah. I wonder if Jackie's right. Oh, next scene, let's show Marissa, finding the exact school
that her daughter goes
and that's
to.
That's what we had thought last week. Like, that's exactly what's going to happen, and boom.
I predicted it.
Yeah.
If you guys go back and watch.
So you think that Marissa's going to befriend or try to befriend Annabelle now? Like, how's she going to get in on that? Like,
yes. She's gonna.
All she did was take pictures so far.
So far, just pictures, but obviously she's gonna use the daughter as a way in.
She's gonna get invited to the house.
Yeah.
As like a play date. And they're like, do they call it play dates when they're in high school? Probably not.
No.
But hang out.
They're gonna hang out.
What
Smoke
if all
pot.
three of them are smoking? I was just
They're
gonna
gonna
say,
hang out
what if
and
all
smoke.
three of them are smoking pot?
They're gonna hang out.
You can bring Dharma over too, and she's smoking pot. Caulder had an interesting storyline this week.
This was a lot for me to handle. I'm not
the
gonna lie.
most emotional I've gotten watching this show, weirdly, was tonight watching him in the bathroom collapse. Did his legs just give out?
I don't know what happened.
Right, because we don't know, the door's closed.
But it was gut-wrenching. Again, one of my tweets that I loved, TV Series Hub said, love Dharma and Caulder, and their developing relationship is so needed. They need each other so badly. Love how important family is on this show. And it's true. Like, the backstories of the families keep them going. And the reality is these men are so used to kind of doing it on their own or just having each other as the unit. But here, Caulder might miss this next mission because his arm and...
My big thing is he does not want his daughter seeing him in that state ever. He does not want her to know that side of things.
Right. I mean, he's embarrassed for his daughter to see him that way. I mean,
he'd be embarrassed for anyone to see him like that. I would think.
get it. I mean, Kyle, who plays Caulder, said no one wants to be seen by their loved ones at their lowest moments.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of that this season. Ego is a bitch.
He's also like half naked too, so it felt
he's
awkward.
always showing his ass.
Not to his daughter, but
on the show.
That was the most emotional I got watching. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like,
yeah.
And he's just yelling for her to get out, get out, get out. And no nurse was available. Then all of a sudden that happens and the nurse comes flying in. And that was Did you think it was weird that she ran to try to get help first before like going in? I
No,
almost was like,
I don't
I
think-
would want to like see what was going on first and then get the help. Like maybe it wasn't as serious as it could have. I don't know. I felt like I would have just wanted to help my parent out right away.
I think
Does
her
that make sense?
intuition was correct. I mean, he's in the bathroom, which is private.
Private, I get that.
And
yeah.
secondly, if he fell in a way where he's bleeding open, I mean, she can't do anything about
Right.
it.
I don't know. I guess for me it was like assess the situation and then get help. But I guess either way, I mean, help came. So
Right.
it's fine. Do you like that Caulder is not necessarily doesn't want her to see that, or would you want him to like be more like accepting that he needs help? Do you want him to need that help, or do you want him to just push her away like that?
I think it's natural
Yeah.
for someone who's used to being strong all the time and take care of themselves. I don't think it's necessarily a man thing. So even my grandmother, when she started getting a lot older, elderly have a rough time having to give up having to do for themselves. Like my grandmother still wanted to go in the kitchen and cook, and I'm like, ma'am, you're forgetting that you're leaving the stove on. You're gonna burn this house down. So I don't think it's a man-woman thing. I think in general, human beings, we want to be able to be independent, and it's very difficult to someone help you go to the bathroom. Like
Because you've been doing it for so long by yourself. I get it totally. Yeah.
And here, whether he and his daughter, I mean, it's debatable. People could say they're just now having a close relationship, and she hasn't been around all the time, and then for now her to be around and this is the situation. But I think even if they did have a close relationship all their lives, it's still difficult for your child to take care of you when it's supposed to be the other way around.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That transition's not easy.
No.
All right, let's get into my top 6, because in this top 6,
Top 6.
yeah,
with
top
Dan.
6 exciting moments, entertaining moments of the night. They're my picks. I'm going to tell you what I like, and Sally's going to tell you whether to give it the hike.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
let you know, because Dan's crazy.
I know, I am crazy. And I base these top 6 off of things that we haven't necessarily talked about yet, because I want to get your thoughts on them as we go down the line
Okay,
here.
I'm ready for top 6. We got
right.
the music going.
Let's cue that music for my top 6 entertaining moments of the night. I'm going to tell you what I like. Sally's going to tell you whether to give it the hike. In my number 6 spot, fish bait side story. I thought this was very interesting. Yes. I thought this was very interesting. You're just... Can you not handle my 90s music that I chose for
this
this?
90s music.
I love the 90s. I'm like really obsessed with the 90s. And
I
this
feel like
is,
doing the Fresh Prince.
That's
you know,
fine. The Carlton
The
was definitely
Carlton
happened in the 90s.
is in the building.
Fishbait side story. We get him and his cousin Jamal in a strip club, and we see this other side. We finally see another side to Fishbait, which I know that you love. And Jamal brings up the fact, because he works in the ER, that he saves lives, and that in theory, Jalen Moore's character kills people.
Yes.
Overall thoughts, like or hike?
So I like this moment a lot because it's multi-layered.
Really is.
I've really been waiting to get more of Fishbait's backstory
For
and
sure.
where he comes from and all of that. And given some of the backstory I've already read from his article, that is... The case is flipped. He has family members who are in the military, and he's a civilian. So it's interesting to see life imitate art and art imitate life.
It really is.
But it's interesting that what is that like for someone who comes from that culture to be in the military?
That's what I'm saying. That's the first time we're really seeing it on this show.
And how your family could think you're a traitor because you're representing America who kills us. And
Six does such a good job of bringing these issues up.
Yeah, awesome.
And into the
So,
mainstream. Yes.
Like.
Number 5 spot, we got a Chase side story. Chase got a girl named Sam. Jealous much? I think so.
You know what? I think I'm gonna text Edwin right now. No, I'm joking.
I can't believe.
No, I tweeted him. I said, Edwin Hodge, you have some explaining to do. I need you to spill the tea on this love interest. What's going on? So technically, I liked the moment because it took me by surprise. But there's this part of me that wanted to give it a hike.
What? Oh, really? Yeah. Why do you think
Wait
that,
a minute.
Why do you think the girl was that turned off that he was just trying to tell those guys a story? Like, I don't think he's going to get some now because of that story that he told his guys earlier in the episode.
His joke was definitely a buzzkill for his sex life.
Definitely, yeah.
Same joke, different crowd.
See, and that's another thing. Like, they're talking about like how one thing can be funny to a certain type of person, like people.
Well, not certain type of people.
Well, I mean, like,
at the end of the
group
day,
of people.
His
know
life,
your audience.
His life in the military is very, very particular, and I have friends who struggle with that too. That they have been in the military for so long that when they get out, they don't know how to kind of come back to civilian life. They don't feel normal around normal people.
And there you go. And then he's telling a story that could only be probably related to people also.
Which is why you find people in the military re-enlist for years and years, and you ask, like, how could you do 20, 30 years? But it makes sense. It's a certain way of being conditioned of the mind, and you get comfortable there, and they're the only people who get you.
I'm telling you, I know.
So
number 4 spot, Chase is a Harvard boy. Did you know he went to Harvard?
I did know that.
Give it the like of the hike.
The like. We
That's
talked
right.
about, they showed that a little bit in season 1, so I knew that already. Yeah.
See, my number 3 spot, Lena likes martinis. Thoughts? Very nice. Like of the hike. I think, do you like that? I like that.
I like it.
Okay.
She's switching it up. She's trying something new.
And that brings me back to my
dirty.
point. If she's trying something new, what else is she trying? Maybe not something, but someone. Just saying.
Well, here's my thing. You know, it's so tricky because I really loved the fact that she is trying new things and she's going to an art class and she's exploring who she is. I think, unfortunately, not just women, people in general, when they get into relationships, you lose yourself. You get caught up in taking care of your mate, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, your career.
Do something for yourself.
That you don't get to do the little things that make you smile, which is whether it's puzzles or art or, gardening, like just taking the time to figure out what brings you joy. And so I'm glad that she's finding her joy. That's very important. Whether they're going to work out or not, Dan, ultimately, it's about people finding their happiness. So
there you go.
And what's your number 1 spot?
Number 2 spot, real quick here.
Okay.
The final scene with Marissa. Now, I think it's super creepy what she's doing. She's behind the tree and she's taping him. But I'm just like, I think this is such a great storyline. I don't want to say I'm excited to see what happens, but I really am. Like, who is she going after next? When is it going to happen? I just really like that storyline.
Yes.
Like her hike.
I'm liking it. We talked about it on Monday. Marissa's a psycho. She's crazy. And shout outs to the actress playing Marissa. I really think that,
she's living up in Vancouver. Chatted with her over Instagram this week. She's up in Vancouver. That's where she lives. That's where she's acting full time. Because I asked her to come on the show, and she's like, "Unfortunately, I won't be in LA. I live up in Vancouver."
We can Skype her
We'll
in.
Skype her in for sure. But I'm saying she can't physically be in the studio.
All right.
And finally, my number 1 spot. It's Caulder falling in the bathroom. The most emotional scene I've seen on 6 yet.
It was a powerful moment. I like it too. Dan, yours this week weren't too bad.
No, you didn't like them the other week.
Other weeks, I've been giving things some hikes, but this week I've got some likes. I got a lot of likes.
I tried to do some funny ones, but there's more serious ones this week, and you got to go with what works.
Got to go with the flow. Got to go with it.
I hear that you might have some news to share with us this evening.
AfterBuzz TV News.
6 news. It happens weekly. It's happening.
It does. Again, shout outs to TV Series Hub, which they do the Up and Up, and they've been interviewing folks from the 6.
Annabelle this week, right?
This week, Annabelle,
Nice.
who's played by Jessica Garza.
Very good.
And she's on the Up and Up. She's working on some new things. She's actually going to be on The Purge, the TV adaptation of it. So that's really exciting for her. And in the article, you get to read about how she got this role. And actually, specifically, when they were looking for this character, they wanted a ballerina dancer. And she's not really trained in that way.
And they got her anyways?
They got her anyway.
Look at that.
Sometimes
you never know.
You never know. You gotta go for it, even if it's for you or not for you. So anyway, if you want to know more about Jessica Garza, go on over to TV Series Hub and read the whole article. It's a great article. And then also Nikolai, who plays the prince.
Ah, yes.
Starry Mag did an article on him and just an interview on, what projects he's working on and how he got into the show. And so obviously he's a new addition to season 2. So part of his process once he booked this role is to watch season 1, of course.
Exactly.
He wants to binge and see the world he's coming into. And he said during his prep that he literally could not sleep just doing the research on what his character does.
Reading up about it, yeah.
Yeah, it was like he totally was just kept up at night. And I was like, wow, I
can see that.
That's really, really digging deep to the fact that it's affecting you on your regular day. Talk about method, y'all.
Right.
And really exciting for Nikolai. He's working on a film, or he already wrapped a film called Mile 22 that's about to come out. So kudos to him. I mean, people on the 6, they're doing their thing.
They're doing their thing.
They're working it out. But do we have a Okay. I'll let you.
No, you can do it.
You can do it.
You were chatting with him more than I was. I threw it out there on Twitter, then you started going on Instagram to him. We were working as a team to get this guy on.
We're a team. Jalen Moore is going to be in the studio next week.
Next Wednesday, 1 week from now, Jalen Moore, who plays Fishbait, will be sitting right in between us here, talking all things Six.
I'm so excited. You don't understand.
It's going to be great.
He's such a beautiful person, you know.
He's got a great story,
He has a great heart, and he's dope. So I can't wait to have him in the studio. So be sure to be with us next week.
Be with us next week. Let's get into some predictions that might happen. Predictions.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV
Predictions.
Oh, predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, Dan. Here's the thing.
What's the thing, Sally? More than one? More than one thing?
I think you might be right.
About what?
Bear,
I'm right?
About Bear and Lena. They might not get back to you.
Just do this. This whole episode, you were just trying to get me. Wow. Because of her last line, right?
I had to save it for predictions, Dan. And, you know, I didn't want you messing with me all this whole after show. So
you had me going. I really thought you thought I was
saved it for
wrong.
the end. But you might be right. My prediction is they might not get back together. It's not looking good. I'm praying about it.
You know, he got into like his like religious side too, which like you think that she would be able to relate to with him, and she still pushed it away.
She's not having it.
He's like, I think God's doing this to me because I killed a boy, and now he's taking. And then, but like, I understand it's far fetched, and I don't personally think that that's what happened. But he's so religious, and she's so religious, she can at least relate to it, and she still pushed it away. That's what got me.
Well, because she feels he's operating in his ego.
I know.
And that's not God, technically.
It just felt weird to me. Like, he finally opens up. Can't she just
meet him halfway?
Understand, right? And we talked about this earlier, so we don't have to keep going with it. But yeah, so that's a great prediction on both our parts. I don't see it working out. One of my predictions is, I think Marissa is gonna be inside the Ortiz household. She's gonna be there.
And my prediction is that Jackie's gonna use that gun.
Wow. On who? On
we don't know.
Well, you gotta throw a prediction out.
Jackie's got a gun.
Do you want to throw out the prediction that Jackie kills Marissa?
Oh, wow. That's intense.
I think it could happen.
You know what? I don't know if Jackie's a killer. You know, I don't know, but I think she is gonna use the gun. Whether the gun is gonna kill Marissa or it's gonna just wound her or it's just gonna scare her off, I don't know. But I really feel like she's gonna put this gun to use and she's gonna be able to tell Buddha, I told you so.
You want to get even crazier?
Oh my gosh.
Annabelle finds the gun.
Oh.
And she kills Marissa or does something with the gun, or at least they find her with the gun, something like that.
Oh, hi.
Because like, I mean, Jackie's thinking all these things through very nicely. Where's she keeping that gun, though? I hope she has a nice safe spot for that.
Well, here's my thing.
Because Buddha says there's no guns in the house, right? He says, I don't bring my work home with me. So there's no guns right now until Jackie brought it home.
And Buddha did say that the gun could be more of a kind of like bad thing than a good thing because it could hurt you, it could hurt the kids if people don't know how to use it. So she may know how to use it, but you're right, if the daughter finds it, then it puts everybody in a really compromising position. So
it really does.
Ooh, that's scary.
And another prediction I think we got to keep alive. I think you're right and I was wrong. I think Michael and Gina, something might happen.
The tables have turned.
Yeah, right.
For both of us.
Because there's, like I said earlier, there's no way Bear is going to be able to deal with two women this season. He's dealing with one, Buddha's dealing with one, Caulder's dealing with 20 already. The only one that's available for Gina
is Michael.
It's not going to be Trevor, because Trevor's tried to hit on her in the past, and she is vamoosh that. Is vamoosh the right word there? Not sure, but she doesn't like him at all.
I don't like him either, so I get it.
Fishbait's not going to get a girl. Not yet. He's well, we don't know. But my point is that, and Chase now, he's been introduced with his girl on the side.
We'll ask Jalen next
Gina
week.
and Michael getting it. Dominic, let me know on Twitter if you think you're getting, if you could tell me anything about you and Gina getting together.
But next week, I'll try to squeeze it out of Jalen, like what's happening with his love life.
That'll be good.
Maybe we can get him to talk.
That'll be good. On the show.
Right, on the show.
He's married
in real life. They just had a newborn.
Right.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to talk to him about that next week.
Baby ever.
We should tweet him and ask him to bring in like some pictures, or we can just look him up online, I guess. But like, if he has like other baby photos and stuff. Because he's going to have a million, obviously.
Oh my God. So cute.
So cute. Yeah, we saw a picture of him. Yeah,
so cute.
So cute. What do you think, Sally? Any more predictions before we wrap this episode 4 of season 6?
I'm done. I'm ready. I'm ready for next week already. I'm ready to get fish bait up in here.
You're gonna reel them in?
Reel them in.
Reel them in. Caught yourself a fish. Very nice.
Nice.
Well, we want to thank you all for joining us here for episode 4 Seesaw of season 2 of 6.
Yeah, it's been
here
great.
at AfterBuzz TV. My name is Daniel Lindgren. You can follow me on all things social at the Dan Lindgren. Yay!
Your favorite Afro-Latina here, Franceli. Hang out with me at all the things at Selly Hangout. And be sure to go on iTunes and give us 5 stars, rate us, talk about us, tell us what you think. Listen to us on the go, at the gym, whatever you like, but get to us at iTunes. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.